Good evening, everyone. Please once again confirm whether the audio and video is clear. Welcome to PW Only IAS English YouTube channel. Good evening, Hari. Good evening, Mansi, Madhu, aspirant, UPSC aspirant, Aryan, Arshi, Darshana, Kritika, Prachi, Nishi, Ravi Shankar, Dhruvesh, Ekta, Muskan, Samiksha, Tika, Nishi, Aman, Gitanjali, Aditi. Okay, now the comments are coming up a little more faster. Lavanya, Harshita, Kanchan. Yeah. All right, people. Good evening to one and all. So, let me put it out very clearly here once again. This is a weekly current affair class. Okay, weekly current affair class, when we say, we are actually compiling the news of the last 1 week and we will be delivering it to you. So most of the important aspects I have tried to include it in the session. 1 or 2 articles I have kept it out because it is more important from a mains perspective. The rest of the articles I'm not telling it is not important from a mains perspective, etc. But 2 articles I have kept it out because it requires an in-depth analysis. Alright. For my Titan batch students, that is the people who are Titan as well as Pinnacle batch students who are attending my current affair classes on Saturday, don't worry, those topics will be taken up there. Getting the point here. So I'm not skipping anything purposefully here. It is just that we have very limited time, and when we look at the cost benefit ratio, we have to cover maximum topics in this session. That is the reason for it. There is nothing else. Apart from that, what I wanted to tell you was, yes, should you take down kitne time ki rahegi class, sir? Hemant, I have no idea, to be very honest. And there is a reason also for that. The reason is, these are the list of topics. Axiom and ISS, Governor and Chief Minister, Constitutional Symbols, West Asia Crisis, Prada and Kolhapuri Chapel, Employment Linked Scheme, Delhi's Pollution Woes, Hyderabad Tragedy, Urban Heat Islands, Defense Indigenization, Bond Yield, Bihar, a case study, freedom of speech and expression, GST and tobacco, safety of cancer drugs, neighboring irritants, cooperative policy, language trouble, census, Naxalism, new criminal laws, IT Bill 2025, deregistering political parties, genome, remittance, internal security, gender index, judicial activism, SDG, data point, public administration related. I have just included this because of the request from my public administration students. All right, people. All right. So please, we are in for a long run. Okay, it is going to be pretty much, we will be running into the night. We embrace for it because like I told you, this was not the case earlier. Earlier, the current affairs actually used to be a little limited. But ever since this 2025 has started, maybe from mid-January onwards, the plethora of articles that are appearing in the papers are too heavy. Too heavy to the point where you literally need to go in-depth with it. Otherwise, there is no point in doing it. Surface level, if you want me to cover the news, it is easy. But today, we will clearly see why this weekly current affair compilation is important. Because once this is done, you have that, I want you to remember at least a few major points of every news. That is the point here. Clear, people? So, there will be classes every week. Hopefully, UPSC aspirant, let us see. All right, that is what we are planning to do because this is just a start. This is the first class. We need to see what is workable, what is not. So bear with me here. Any which ways, yeah, the other aspect that I wanted to tell you was this is my official Telegram channel. You can contact me here for your doubts or queries with regard to preparation or any other doubts that you have. Apart from this, after we will see whether we can upload the notes over here or not. I will discuss it with my team, and only after I get a green signal from there it will happen. The students of PW, goes without saying, you will be getting the notes. Oh, that is done. Anyway, I'm talking about the YouTube community here who are not PW students. Let me see whether we can upload the notes here. Once my team gives me the green signal for it, I can go ahead. All right. Otherwise, if you are really concerned, okay, what will we do then if we won't get the notes? I will tell you what to take down. That you will note down. Only the major words. You will not write full sentences. Is, was, os, es. No. You will just write what is needed to the point. Getting the point here? So enough with the introduction. Let us dive right into it. The first topic, axiom and ISS. So, let us try to understand this first. What is the purpose of this? So, multiple articles have appeared. Acts for docking successful. Shukla sets foot in International Space Station, the first Indian to do that. So, first of all, we must understand the first thing. Is this a private player or is it a government player? That is the first question always. So, obviously, it is a private player. And Shukla, as well as another Indian, is taking part in it. Clear? Can somebody do something about the comment section? There is somebody from latest news spamming the entire chat section. Rishi, if you can help me here, it would be wonderful. Thank you. So that is the first thing to understand. Dragon crew capsule carrying Mr. Shukla and 3 other astronauts as part of the Axiom mission. So, it's a private player. Dragon capsule. Dragon capsule simply means it is the vessel or the spacecraft which is actually carrying all these astronauts. And that actually belongs to SpaceX, which is owned by whom? Mr. Musk. This is something by now most of you will be knowing. But here what we need to analyze two things is, number one, Musk has now become enemies with, enemy is a little more harsher word, but Musk have had a fallout with Trump. Musk and Trump are not meeting eye to eye. So what will happen to the future space programs of USA is a big question mark. Why it is a big question mark? Because NASA's International Space Station is going to be decommissioned around 2030. Decommission means it will be not working anymore. Getting the point here? It will not be working anymore. That means it will stop. In such a scenario, what will happen to International Space Station? It will be made to crash and land at a point called Point Nemo. Your job right now will be to actually Google and tell me where is Point Nemo, where is its location. Immediately, come on, because let us keep it a two-way street. Let us not keep it like a radio where only I will be the one to do the talking. I want you to actually tell me where will that is, where is this Point Nemo on planet Earth? Where it is? Whatever you see me writing here, these are all points to be noted down. Pacific. All right, Pacific Ocean, down below. Why and what is this Point Nemo? Can anybody, South Pacific Ocean, that is more precise. Can anybody tell me why this Point Nemo? What is this Point Nemo called? Point Nemo, what is it called? Agreed. Most remote location, farthest point, all that is fine. That level of specifics is not required. Rimpa car. It is farthest from any landmass. That and all is fine. I was looking for a particular word. Point Nemo is actually Point Nemo actually is known as the space graveyard. All the used satellites, or all the whatever space objects are there, man-made space objects are there, when I know that its expiry date is nearing, because every satellite has an expiry date, I understand that first, I can make a controlled entry, re-entry to the earth. So when a controlled re-entry is happening, what is the advantage there? When I'm making it a controlled re-entry here, we already know Earth is having what? Earth is having a layer of atmosphere. As it re-enters, friction will be there. Because of the friction, there will be heat. Most of the parts of the satellite will get burnt away. Most of them. Because that is the level of heat and that is the speed. But if I correctly direct it towards point Nemo, whatever is remaining will fall over here. And as rightly pointed out by many of you, it is the farthest place away from any human habitation. That is why it is the perfect place. So International Space Station is also having an expiry date. Getting the point here. So once it goes off, once ISS is no more there, then what is the next thing? NASA is no more a very strong organization like how it used to be earlier. Pretty soon you will hear a fact that one day US government will decide to even take this out. NASA won't be there because the simple reason is that there are multiple private companies that are coming in USA which are able to launch rockets and satellites at very lesser price compared to NASA. So NASA is not there. Then you have only players like Musk. So government will be dependent on whom? Private players. If India wants to launch any satellite in the future also, India should maintain good relationship, not just with the US administration, but also with the private players there. Very, very important. This is the analytical part here. Because why it is important is even for this mission, if you see, 2 Indians have gone there. 2 Indians have gone there. Who paid the money for this? That is the next question. Because this is not cheap. Why didn't you go? Why didn't I go? Well, obviously we don't have the training. But here ISRO has paid rupees 500 crore just to send these 2 scientists for this mission to the International Space Station so that they get the experience there. What are the challenges involved there? What are the various steps or processes involved there? That is very much important. Why? Because we are planning a Gaganyaan mission. Can anybody tell me when is Gaganyaan mission? 548 is the exact value. See, let me tell you. When you are actually preparing the content or data, it is always better to round the figure. So rather than going for 548 crore, it is always better to remember it as more than 500 crore has been paid out by ISRO for the scientists. Sorry, for the AX mission. Why? Because we need the information for our Gaganyaan mission. That is the only reason. There is nothing else. Getting the point here. Now, can you tell me, under NASA you have an International Space Station. Can you tell me what is the name of Chinese space module? Can you quickly Google and tell me? Very good, Yogesh. First quarter of 2027. Agreed. (2027) Gaganyaan, fine. Chinese space module. Tiangong, very good, Princey. JAXA is Japanese Space Agency's name. Dr. Mushir Rahman. That is the space agency's name, just like how you say ISRO. So, Tiangong, correct? So, Tiangong. Tell me now if international. So, what was the purpose being served by International Space Station, ISS? So basically, when you are having satellites in space, some satellites are there which you cannot allow it to simply get shut down, especially communication satellites, etc., which are very big, very expensive. You need to do its routine maintenance. So astronauts will go to space. Where will they stay? They need a place to stay. It is not that simply you will go to space, repair it, and you will immediately come back. You need a place to stay. That place is ISS. But if ISS is no more there, then every major country out there will have to depend on whom then? ISS is no more there. 2030 ISS is no more there. This is what US is telling. It will be decommissioned. So when ISS is no more there, then every other country will have to depend on whom? Private players. ISS is exactly, Nitesh. Excuse me. Not private players. If ISS is no more there, you will be dependent on Tiangong. China, by default, will become a leader in space. Getting the point here? Automatically, forget see, where is the private player up there? ISRO is still making it. China's already it is there. So every major country will be dependent on China. Private players may rise up. Private players may launch it. We don't know. Elon Musk may do it. We don't know that. But already this is something which is available. You told me Chinese space module's name is Tiangong. It is already in existence. Getting the point here. Understood now how space is getting cross-connected with international affairs. And this may be, see, with USA, one thing is that USA may be having issues with China today. Tomorrow, USA will go and say, we and China are having historic relations. That they will do it tomorrow. USA cannot be trusted. USA is one country which will keep jumping both the sides. But for us, it is not at all a good news. It is not at all a good news. Why? Because we will be dependent on China. So if we also should have our own space module there, we need all these experiments. These are all just nothing but a prelude. The preparation before we actually have our own space module. Got the point here? This is how it's cross-connected. It's not that China won't allow. China will allow. Trust me. China, it is not that China will directly say, no, India, you don't come here. That is not going to happen. That is never going to happen. Getting the point? But China will ask something in return. Yes, Sujal, it is like a space station only. It is like a space station only. I would require, yes, Bharatiya space station also we are planning to big. So that is the idea. Ultimately doing all this, the peak of it is India will have its own space station up there. This is the ultimate dream. Getting the point here? This is the idea. Clear, people? Antariksh Space Station, that is the real name. I'm just putting it Bharatiya so that everybody will understand it. India's own space station. Okay, I'll just put it that. I'll just replace it. India's own space station. Getting the point here, people? Clear here? Bharatiya Antariksh Station 2035. Very good. Clear? Moving on now. Why did Axiom 4 need 28 hours to reach the ISS? 28 hours. This is the ISS. Getting the point here? This is the International Space Station. And this is our let us say AX 4 mission going from Earth, and it has to meet ISS. Getting the point here? From here it has to go and meet ISS. What is the problem here? First of all, this is at the distance here is roughly what? 400 kilometer. Getting the point here? This is 400 kilometer. But it took how many hours? 28 hours for it to reach here. The question is why? Why it took that much amount of time? Because this 400 kilometers, if I'm driving my car and going 6 or 7 hours, give or take, leave 8 hours, 50 kilometer per average. Why it took 28 hours for 400 kilometer? That is the $1 million question here. So, gravity, round figure 400 to avoid spiraling back of axiom down to group. Okay, that is the proper current affair what they have reported. Zero gravity, all of that. But let us, that is good. But I need to explain something. I need to explain something to a very simple way to the for a layman to understand. For that, I cannot talk about microgravity, less gravity, that gravity, this gravity. So I will tell you something else now. This is the Earth. I have a satellite placed here at 900 kilometer. A satellite is there. Okay, it is here. Okay, 1 minute. I have a satellite here, and this is at 900 kilometer. I have another huge satellite at this part. And this is around at a distance of 36,000 kilometer. Tell me which one will be traveling faster, which one will be traveling slower, speed, which will be having a higher speed here. The one at 900 kilometer or the one at 36,000. This is also a satellite. This is a very powerful communication satellite. That is a normal, let us say a remote sensing satellite. Spy satellite. Which one will be traveling faster or revolving around the earth? This is actually what you call a geostationary satellite. Why it is a geostationary satellite? Very good, Uday Vivek. It is called a geostationary satellite because let us say now this satellite is actually above this is directly above India. So if a satellite is directly above India means when as India is rotating, because Earth is rotating, so as India is rotating, that satellite will move with India. Just like how we have some loafers, chappar. You know, those boys are there now with red, orange, green color hair, etc. If they see a girl going in scooty, they will go along with her. When the girl will brake, he will also brake. When the girl will start, he will also start. Just like that. Wherever the earth when the earth is rotating, this will move along with it. So if it is above India, it will always remain above India. 24/7. 24/7 it will be above India. Got the point here? That is a geostationary satellite for you. Got it? That is a geostationary satellite. It is not that the satellite will move away and go to Pakistan. No. Why? Because it is at this correct distance. The speed with which it is rotating around the earth and the speed with which the earth is revolving, both are the same. Yeah, Chapri boy, that is the correct word. Getting the point here? What about this gentleman here who is at 900 kilometer? This gentleman here is actually at what we call at a low earth orbit. Low earth orbit means less than 1000 kilometers. Generally, it is not some hard and fast rule, but generally less than 1000 kilometers is considered as what? Low earth orbit. Got the point? What is this? This satellite will rotate around the earth. It will cover the complete earth maybe 5 to 6 times in 1 hour. 5 to 6 times. That is, earth would have, earth will take what? One full revolution will take 24 hours, correct? In 1 hour only it will cover the whole earth. Getting the point here? 1 hour it will cover the whole earth 4 or 5 times. Why? It is traveling at that speed. Now the question is, why is this traveling at a very high speed and this is moving like very slowly? Very slowly. It's like chukar mere man ko kiya tune. That is how it is. Whereas this one here, it is like bag. Okay, I cannot sing that song. I'm sorry. Okay. So this one is like, it is as if its tail is on fire, it will go fast. Getting the point here? Why? What is the reason? Closer something is to the earth, gravitational pull is more. And because of that gravitational pull, it will rotate faster. But if it is actually a lot away, pull is less, rotate slower. Getting the point here? Rotate very slow. So that is the main reason. Getting the point here? So when we hear that, let us say college students or private players have launched satellites, sometimes people will be like, hey, Students launched satellite. Not a big deal. Because the current satellites, if you ask me, they are like this size. This is a micro satellite. I can launch it where easily I can launch it here at 900 kilometer. I can keep it there. All I have to do is put a solar panel here, which will power the whole satellite. I can capture the images of ozone. I can capture the images of atmospheric pollution. All that I can do. All of that I can do. Got the point here? I can keep it there. 6 months, 8 months, I can keep it and then I can bring it back also safely. It is very easy. I am not launching a satellite at 36,000 kilometers because for that I need a lot of fuel. Got the point here? Now your International Space Station also is actually where? It is also lying at a low Earth orbit. That means it is traveling at a high speed. Moving around the Earth. This module has been launched from USA, Florida. And it has to go and catch up with it. So how do I do it? It is not a straight line because this thing is going in circular orbit. This one is also moving in circular orbit. In these type of capsules, you have something called as thrusters. So one more question to you now. Who is traveling faster? Is it this capsule or is it the International Space Station? Who is traveling faster here? Is it International Space Station or the capsule? See, I have seen a lot of questions here. Will this be helpful for CDS? Will this be helpful for this thing? Current affairs are current affairs, people. That is what I will tell you. Anything, any one point from here can come as a question. Understand that. I cannot guarantee that yes, this current affair will come in this particular paper. Capsule is traveling faster. Very good. Very good. So the capsule is traveling faster. So it is going zoom. This one is going tantani nane tanina nano. Now I want this to catch up to this. How do I do that? Because this is all rotational motion, not straight motion. That is where you have thrusters. Thrusters are like small motors. Small motors are placed here, which will give a thrust to it. As it reaches here, I will switch it on and I'll try to push this. Pushing this what? To the next. I'll push it up slightly to the next orbit. And it will continue moving. Then I will time it again and push it to the next orbit. Then I will time it again and push it to this orbit in such a way that this will go and meet it. That is docking. When this goes and attaches itself with this, you call it docking. Getting the point here? That is docking. That is two things moving at high velocity. You are making them join with each other in space. Yes, people, I am from the state of Kerala. Clear with this? Now, this is not a very easy operation. That is why it took 28 hours. Because in the last hours, the final hours, that is, initially it was moving at kilometer per hour. Then it ended up becoming meter per hour. Then finally centimeters per hour. It is a very high precision. What is it? Experiment it is. High precision, sorry, not experiment, high precision task it is. Maneuver. Little bit of calculation goes wrong here and there, then this whole mission you'll have to call it off. Because the important part here is, why have you sent this capsule to meet ISS, to join there? Getting the point here? Moving on. Shukla takes up experiment on skeletal muscle degradation. So basically, they will be looking into what is the effect of microgravity on the blood vessels, muscles, that is basic muscles plus bone, that is why you call it skeletal muscles, the brain, all of this they will be studying. See, thrusters, I will tell you, these are like motors, small motors. They are not meant for running it continuously. They are just meant to give a thrust. I'll tell you that. See, for example, in space, you don't have any air or molecule there. There is no friction there in space. Getting the point here? So if I switch on the thruster, if I give a slight push, that is if I am, I don't know who asked that. Aircraft. Okay, let us say Mohit Babu. So if I give Mohit Babu a push in this direction, Mohit will keep moving like this. If I push him forward like this, he will keep moving forward in space. He will not stop because there is no friction. Getting the point here? So with the same way, if I put thrusters here, I'll just give it a jerk. It will come to this orbit and it will continue moving like this. Once it reaches this orbit, I'll shut it off. Mind you, I will shut it off that time. I only wanted to like just jump and reach here. For that, one small jhatka, some small thrust I will give. Then from there to the next, then to the next, finally docking. Got the point here? Now let us quickly see some facts regarding it. Grace is the name of the capsule. Joy is the toy, a duck. Basically, Mr. Shukla's son apparently loves animals. So for his, again, I wouldn't call it memory, but again to, to carry his liking, Mr. Shukla has decided to carry a small duck, this toy, Joy. Again, for what purpose? To see the effect of microgravity. Because microgravity means the moment I enter into zero gravity, if I open something, if I'm holding the stylus, in microgravity, what will happen is the moment I open my hand, this will start floating. Why it will float? No gravity. Why it is falling? Because of gravity. But the moment there is no gravity, if I open my hand, this thing will start floating. So if you remember that one interaction between Mr. Shukla and our Prime Minister, he told, I have been strapped to the ground. Because if I'm not strapped means I will start free floating. Got the point here, people? Microgravity wala slide, there is nothing like that. Why don't you be IAS or IPS officer? I couldn't clear the paper because my mains marks were very less. My interview score was 187 out of 225. My mains marks were very less. That is the reason I couldn't become. By 19 marks, I missed out from being in the list. That is the reason why I keep telling all my students, for the love of God, write and practice PYQ. Write and practice PYQ. Alright? And yes, I love the IPS service. That is the reason why I try to maintain this munch and I try to keep my fitness because I love it. That is the only reason. As I have told my students, पहला प्यार अधूरा रह गया, but प्यार को कभी अधूरा रहने ना दिया. Alright, people. Low Earth orbit, high Earth orbit. That we saw. At low Earth orbit, what will happen? High Earth orbit, what will happen? Because the speed is there. See, this is a very small jerk. This is a very small jerk. The moment it enters to the next place, just to enter, but then it will continue again because the pull is still there, right? It is not that it is going very far away. It is not that it is going very far away. It is still here only. It will keep getting pulled. Dragon capsule is the name of the capsule of this mission. Finally, what is docking? That also we saw. Clear, people? Moving on. Governor and CM, constitutional symbols. See, let me tell you, like how they say, जब तक सूरज और चांद रहेगा, blah dash 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 dash. Like that, as long as there is sun, as long as there is moon, there will be always issues between governor and chief minister. It's a very important topic as far as public administration students are concerned. It is a very important topic as far as GS paper 2 is concerned. Getting the point here? So what is the issue? Apparently the Kerala governor, he kept a symbol, an image of Bharat Mata. Bharat Mata. See, Bharat Mata, it is not a constitutionally recognized symbol. Understand that. And governor post is a constitutional post. Chief Minister again a constitutional post. So basically the Chief Minister has told a message to Kerala Governor's office that please use only nationally recognized symbols. Getting the point here? Use proper symbols. What is constitutionally recognized? Like if you're using the Ashoka emblem, or you're using maybe even for that matter constitution, you have elephant, you're using elephant, all that is fine. But when you talk about Bharat Mata, of a female dressed in saffron sari, holding a flag, or maybe sitting on a tiger or leopard or whatever, that is not actually recognized as a symbol. Getting the point here? That is not recognized. It is not constitutionally recognized. So the question what the chief minister as well as the other cabinet ministers are asking is, when it is not constitutional, why have you kept it in your office? Why are you demanding that such symbols be present in all official functions? Getting the point here? It is not officially recognized. Excuse me. So sorry, people. Using it basically in the public function. Say for example, on the same day, the University of Kerala moved the state police chief against the office bearers of the Sri Padmanabha Seva Samiti for going ahead with a function at Senate Hall on Wednesday, in which an image of Bharat Mata was displayed despite the registrar denying permission for the event. Deepak Kumar Sharma, focus on your 11th and 12th as of now. Please don't worry about UPSC. You focus on your 11th and 12th. Please try to score very good marks in it. Side by side, you can actually read the NCRT and maybe attend these current affair classes, because that way you will end up knowing a lot of things. Clear? So this is the thing here. Only constitutionally recognized things. Clear? Moving on. West Asia crisis. West Asia crisis includes strategic misfire. Israel must be reined in for peace and stability in West Asia. The Israel-Iran ceasefire managing the blowback. In a perilous word, India must read the tea leaves well. Nice heading. Israel bombs Gaza in run-up to White House truce talks. Not offering Iran anything, not speaking to them, Trump. First thing that I want you people to understand is, which are those locations which has been bombed by USA under Operation Midnight Hammer. These are basically Isfahan, Natanz and Fordo. This is what you will note down. Hopefully, please stop asking, will it continue every week or not? It is, yes, it is useful for both pre and mains. This is basically your map work. This is map related. Important. Then, what type of bombs are there? Two types. One is the massive ordnance air blast bomb, and the other one is massive ordnance penetrator. Okay, definitely you have to write Sanskriti, the name of the topic. Please don't ask such very childish questions. Massive ordnance air blast bomb, what does it mean? See, let us say I want to land in one area which I know is filled with terrorists. Let us say there is ISIS camps there everywhere. Okay. I know very well if I bring my men down here, these people will start firing their AK-47 rifles and many of my soldiers will die. So what I will do is I will bring an aircraft. A stealth aircraft. Stealth aircraft means an aircraft which cannot be detected in radar. I'll bring that aircraft and I'll drop this massive ordnance air blast bomb. Air blast bomb means it will blast in the surface itself. It will not penetrate. That is, it will not dig a hole in the earth. What will happen is if I drop the bomb, let us say if I drop that bomb here, if I drop the bomb on this surface, it will blast in the air itself, spreading the explosion very close to the ground. It will blast off and it will spread the explosion. Whatever camps are there, they will all get wiped out. Getting the point here? They will all get wiped out. It has a huge psychological effect also, because when you see it from far, you will just see a bomb slowly falling, boom, that entire area gone. Whoever was there, what terrorist was there, all that completely taken out. This was used in Iraq as well as Afghanistan by US forces when they invaded Iraq as well as Afghanistan. This is the first one, first type. The second one, if you see, it is called massive ordnance penetrator. Means there is a person, let us say I have a target. Somebody is hiding deep inside the earth. Maybe let us say 100 feet. Deep down. Somebody is hiding in a cave deep under. Now I want to kill them. I will use the massive ordnance penetrator. Because when this hits this point, the explosion will not spread on the surface. Instead, when this hits this point, the explosion actually goes deep down, penetrating. Getting the point here? Exactly. It can attack bunkers. Got the point here? So most of these nuclear sites of Iran, they are not on the surface. They are actually deep down. Generally, that is where you will keep any nuclear site, because in the event there is any radiation leakage, you can contain it within the earth. Radiation will not spread outside. So generally, most nuclear sites are actually kept below the ground. So apparently, the massive ordnance penetrator went and hit these three sites, is what US is claiming. Getting the point here? US is claiming. Iran is telling no, nothing has happened. So how the things are going to change now? So we will understand this now. USA, what they are doing is they have already decided to invest in the next heavier level of bomb called next generation penetrator. They are making something even more heavy, something even more bigger than massive ordnance penetrator. That is what USA is doing. So US is doing what? Next generation penetrator. What will Iran do now? Iran has clearly understood that USA will attack it at any time. Israel also can attack it anytime. There is no trust on these two countries. Iran will understand now why it is more important to actually have a nuclear missile. Iran will go ahead with it. It is true, it will take time for Iran to rebuild everything. It will take. But Iran will be focused on this. And for this, Iran will side with whom? Iran will take the help of Russia, China. Because both the parties don't like USA. Correct, Rajveer? Clear? Now the question is, where will India stand? Already, if you see, we have issue with Pakistan. That is permanent. We have issue with China. With Pakistan, we have two outstanding issues. One is the Indus Water Treaty suspension, and the other being the terrorist camps across LOC, plus the issue of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Then terrorism. All of this is there. Correct? With China, obviously, we have what issue? LAC. That is the main issue. Line of actual control. Then we have trouble from Bangladesh. Other neighboring countries, if you take even Nepal, say for example, Nepal, Maldives, Sri Lanka, these are actually countries which are soft on China. Means what? You can neither trust, even Bhutan for that matter. They will not go and completely oppose China. Because these are all very small countries and they don't have a chance to stand against China. They need the Chinese money. Getting the point here? Yes, we have our all-time friend, Russia, since 1971. It's our all-time friend. So if you actually look at it, what is India's stance here? Because it matters here, because India has been taking a rather neutral position and cannot blame India for it. Can we blame India for taking a neutral position, not supporting either Iran, not supporting either USA, not supporting Israel? No. Because India needs to balance it out. Because from Iran, we can get crude oil. And to maintain good relation with Iran is very, very important, because who is the neighbor of Iran? Pakistan. So we need Iran. What about Israel plus USA? We need their defense as well as technology. So we cannot irritate them. You get more closer with Israel and USA, Russia won't like it. Getting the point here? So it is very tricky for India. Very, very tricky. And full on support to Israel can cause what? The Palestinian people to feel bad. So India cannot afford to take any sides here. That is the reality. India will have to go for a wait and watch approach. Because always India will have to keep what as a priority there? Indian concerns as a priority. It is not about what USA will think, Russia will think, or anybody will think. India should see long term what is going to be beneficial for them, what will affect them. Got the picture here? And this topic will never end. West Asia crisis is a topic which is as old as our grandfathers. Getting the point here? Or great grandfathers for that matter. So this will keep coming in the news. All you have to look out when you are reading the paper also is just see to it that any names are mentioned, name of places are mentioned. Take it down. Clear, people? Moving on. Prada and Kolhapuri chappal. So this news you people all would have come across. Basically what it means is Kolhapuri chappal manufacturers cry foul over Prada's replica sandal. So Kolhapuri chappals are not something which are very costly. Correct? If you go to Maharashtra, it is easily available. Anybody can buy it. But people got the shock of a lifetime when the same chappal what is easily available in Kolhapuri, this chappal now they saw in a Prada's fashion show. Same design, priced at lakhs. One chappal costing, because it's Prada brand, costing lakhs together. So Kolhapuri chappal makers are like, how dare you use our design? Is this the first time it is happening? No. Will it be the last time? No. So let us try to understand this now better. Can a GI tag prevent cultural misappropriation or not? Because Kolhapuri chappal has a GI tag, geographical indication tag. Geographical indication tag simply means a particular product is coming from an area. That this product actually comes from this area. So when I put a GI tag on the Kolhapuri chappal, it means that chappal is original. It is coming from Kolhapuri. So that other people cannot make the fake imitations. Say for example, when you say Pashmina shawl or the Kashmiri shawl, etc., what you get from Jammu and Kashmir if you go, how is it that you can find out whether it is original? Ring test is there. A ring test. That is, you put the shawl inside a ring. You should be able to pull it out completely. The shawl is not supposed to get stuck anywhere. Getting the point here? Darjeeling tea, exactly. Basmati rice, all of that. So the question is, can a GI tag prevent cultural misappropriation? So let us try to understand that better. And finally, Prada credits Kolhapuri inspiration. Finally, Prada admits, yeah, we got the inspiration from Kolhapuri only. A model presents a creation from Prada Spring Summer 2026 menswear collection during the Milan Fashion Week. Anywhere have they given the price? 4,000, 1,250, 400? No, it is, but it's in lakhs actually. Clear? Legal protection for GIs, geographical indicators, originates from international instruments like the Paris Convention for the Protection of Industrial Property 1883 and was further defined by the TRIPS Agreement of 1995. These are the two international agreements. These are the two international agreements that actually revolves around GI. Getting the point here? No need to make the notes then, just listen to the class. As a TRIPS signatory means what? India is a signatory to this. India has signed and accepted this TRIPS agreement. Trade related intellectual property rights. India enacted the Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act in 1999, which came into force in 2003. This act provides for GI registration, enforcement of rights, prohibition of unauthorized use, and penalties for infringement. Prohibition of unauthorized use and penalties for infringement. Understand one thing here. This act is for India, not global. If I am sitting in Bangalore and I make a duplicate version of Kolhapuri chappal and I start selling, this is original Kolhapuri, police can register a case against me. Why? Under this Geographical Indication of Goods Act 1999, they can register. Why? Unauthorized use and penalty. They can arrest me. But internationally, when somebody steals a design, what can you do then? Getting the point here. Internationally, you cannot do anything, to be very honest. In India, the GI tag is given by the Geographical Indications Registry. This registry operates under the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Getting the point here. So, what are the things to understand? What are the international conventions governing GI? Paris Convention and TRIPS. India is a signatory. GI Act of 1999 became effective in 2003. Whole thing is monitored by the Geographical Indications Registry. that comes under Department for Promotion of Industry and Trade, DPIT, comes under which ministry? Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Getting the point here? All these are potential prelims points. You cannot do anything. See, inspiration is inspiration, right? If we are like, we are also making Desi jeans here. Jeans is not actually an Indian attire, but we are making jeans inside the country today. Indian brands are there. So USA can put a case against us, right? How dare you to take away the original jeans idea from us? Getting the point here. Inspiration is inspiration. For that, you cannot actually put a case here. Ulta, I will tell you, this is actually a blessing in disguise. Why? Now, because of this whole thing, Kolhapuri chappal became famous. International level, now this has got recognition. Prada is not going to pay one single penny. The legal framework for this is the Geographical Indications of Goods Act 99, which came into force in 2003. Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks acts as the registrar of geographical indications. Controller registrar. They will decide who should get which DI tag. Clear? See, Prada doesn't have a GI tag. Prada is just a designer. Prada just saw this design. Arey wow, this is nice. So for their summer collection, they took inspiration from it and they made it. They made it and they started selling it with the brand written on it. Prada. Selling for lakhs together. Not that Prada went and registered it under GI. GI tag is with whom? Kolhapuri. Kolhapuri chappals have GI tag. Got the picture here? Similar cases have it happened in the past. That is the next question. Is the first time this is happening? No. In 1997, the US Patent and Trademark Office granted a patent for Basmati rice to Rice Tech Inc., which was later disallowed after significant Indian legal efforts. Imagine, Basmati rice got patent. That Basmati, the word Basmati rice, an American company will use. Basmati rice, that rice is there, right? That long, big rice, what we use for biryani. Not pulao, people. There is nothing called as vegetable biryani. It is veg pulao. Biryani means non-veg. Alright? If you are a vegetarian, fine. But respect biryani. Biryani means non-veg. So the point here is, this they had done in 97. We had to fight a very long legal battle finally to get this revoked. Then, in 1995, the University of Mississippi Medical Center received a patent for turmeric's wound healing properties, a patent that was revoked after being contested by the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, our body. Imagine, University of Mississippi Medical Center getting a patent. Excuse me, people. In 2000, the European Patent Office revoked the patent granted to the US Department of Agriculture and W.R. Grace for neem-based antifungal formulations, as the therapeutic use of neem was already part of Indian knowledge system. Got the point here? Basmati rice is ours. Turmeric is something we always keep using for anything and everything. Correct? We use it. It is important part of our day-to-day life. University of Mississippi Medical Center claiming that we found its properties. Every Indian mother knows turmeric's wound healing properties. Neem's antifungal formulation that we know since ages. Getting the point here. So the only solution to this now to see to it that is Prada doesn't go and file a patent telling that this is our unique design. If Prada does that, then we will have to file a case. As of now, not required. Because Prada has not filed a patent nor any trademark, nothing. It is just a design that they have inspired. Clear, people? Employment linked scheme. Employment linked scheme means it is basically to encourage manufacturing industries to hire. That is, if I am running a manufacturing industry and I am hiring freshers, I will get a certain incentive from the government. Getting the point here? Let us see that. Cabinet not to job linked incentive scheme. What are its features? The Union Cabinet led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi has approved the employment linked incentive scheme with a total outlay of 99,446 crore. That means what? How do you remember it? Rupees 1 lakh crore. Close to. A little less than 1 lakh crore. Because even UPSC can ask that also as a question. Aren't these are patent back to India? Patent, no, the trademark is there. All right. Correct. Agreed. Aiming to create over how many crore jobs? 3.5 crore jobs. Mind you, these are all prelims oriented. In India, over 2 years, timing, August 1, 2025 to July 31st, 2027. Got the point here? You can give this as a solution in your GS1 society paper as a solution for what? Unemployment. Getting the point here. Schemes, when you talk about, directly you are not going to get a question for it. It is very rare in your mains paper. But you can give it as a suggested solution for how to end or how to reduce unemployment. Got the point here? Otherwise, each one of this value here, it is important only from prelims perspective. So 2 years, 1 lakh crore, that is the outlay. The scheme announced in the Union Budget 2024-25 as a part of a rupees 2 lakh crore package for youth employment and skilling focuses on employment generation, enhancing employability and social security across all sectors with a special emphasis on manufacturing. Clear, people? The ELI scheme has two parts. Part A, incentive to first time employees. That is people who are not, this is not for people who are already employed. This is for people who are entering first time into the job market. Online degrees, Manipur, BCA. There is a way to know it, I forgot. University Grants Commission, UGC. Does it have UGC approval? Just check that. Manipal University. Just write a little less than 1 lakh crore. Just to remember it easily. Yes. See, I am taking news from anywhere and everywhere. Please understand. Because when I know it very well, say for example, this particular news has come in Hindu. Okay, but there is a lack of clarity on what is the scheme in real. They have just given it and they have kept it very scattered. So when I have a confusion on what is the scheme, what are its major points, straight away I will refer to PIB. Press Information Bureau is the best source, the authentic source when it comes to any government schemes. Getting the point here? So for the first time employees, this part targets approximately 1.92 crore first time employees registered with EPFO. No, they should be registered with EPFO. That is also the simply you hire somebody. I hired a security guard, give him 15,000 rupees. He doesn't have EPFO coverage, means that will not count. I should know, right? Government should know that there is that I have that. Let us say Usha has hired somebody in her company. How do I get to know? Because I know Usha gives me the details now. These many employees are registered with EPFO. So I get to know it. Then eligible employees with salaries up to rupees 1 lakh will receive a 1 month EPF wage up to rupees 15,000 in 2 installments. Salaries up to rupees 1 lakh means it is annual salary, mind you, not monthly salary. The first installment is payable after 6 months of service. That is, up to rupees 15,000 will be paid in 2 installments. First installment after 6 months and second after 12 months of service and completion of a financial literacy program. 15,000 will be paid in 2 installments. First one after 6 months. Second one after 12 months. Plus, you should cover a financial literacy program. Why this 1.5 year just to pay what? 15,000. 15,000 who is paying? Government is paying. Government is paying. Why that much of time? Just to get the incentive. I shouldn't hire somebody and fire in the second month. This scheme is directly coming from the government. So to make ullu, make a fool out of the government, what I can do? Hire somebody in August. Throw them off in September. No. They have to be in the payroll from August to 6 months. How do I know they are still employed? EPFO. Every month I have to make contribution. So 6 months is completed. Okay. First installment. 1 year is completed. Second installment. With what? A financial literacy program. What do you mean by financial literacy program? I should tell them about the, what is it? Stock market, mutual fund, equity linked saving schemes, etc. All of that. Clear, people? A portion of the incentive will be held in a savings instrument for a fixed period to encourage saving. No. Online nature and all is not a problem anymore. Even if you do it from IGNOU also, it is no more an issue. Clear? Part B. So part A is what? For the employees. 1.92 crore first time employees registered with EPFO. 15,000 stipend from government. 6 months first advance. 12 months the next set after completing a financial literacy program. Provident Fund Organization. Employees Provident Fund Organization. To the manufacturer. They will receive it. Employees will receive it. Sorry, employees only will receive it. But for them to receive, they have to be employed there. First part is for the employees. Second part, support to employers. This part incentivizes employers for generating additional employment in all sectors, particularly manufacturing. Employers will receive up to rupees 3,000 per month for 2 years for each additional employee with salaries up to rupees 1 lakh who maintains sustained employment for at least 6 months. Getting the point here? This is the point. Yes, it is private players also have EPFO contribution. Getting the point here? So, employees also will get money from the government. Employers also will get money from the government. And the main criteria is what? People should remain employed there for a certain period of time. Only then this incentive scheme is going to work. For the manufacturing sector, these incentives will be extended for an additional 2 years. That means manufacturing sector will get a total of what? 4 years they will get the incentive. To qualify, EPFO registered establishments must hire at least 2 additional employees for those with fewer than 50 employees. That means if you are having less than 50 employees already, then you should hire at least 2. Or 5 additional employees for those with 50 or more on a sustained basis for at least 6 months. Philanthropic organization. There is no philanthropy involved over here. It is just private player. The one major criticism that has been put up against this particular scheme is ultimately what is happening is government money is going to private players. And what is government money? Tax paid by you and me. That is the biggest criticism against the scheme. All payments to the first time employees under Part A of the scheme will be made through direct benefit transfer and mode using Aadhaar bridge payment system. directly to their account based on Aadhaar verification. Payments to the employers under Part B will be made directly into their PAN linked accounts. Clear, people? With ELI scheme, the government intends to catalyze job creation in all sectors, particularly manufacturing, besides incentivizing the youth to join the workforce for the first time. An important outcome of the scheme will also be formalization of the country's workforce by extending social security coverage for crores of young men and women. कौन पर्टिकुलर प्राइवेट कंपनीज को एनरोल करा जाएगा सर इसमें? सुजल, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक अ पर्टिकुलर प्राइवेट कंपनी. ये सारे कंपनीज को एंकरेज करने के लिए है, बट एस्पेशली द टारगेट इज द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर, बिकॉज इन इंडिया our manufacturing sector is very poor. Our manufacturing sector is not doing well. Part B is nothing. Part B is just for the employers. Employees for generating additional employment in all sectors, particularly manufacturing. Employers, that is the owners, will receive 3,000 per month for 2 years for her additional employee. So if I hire one person, he will get, if I hire one, I'll get 3,000 per month. If I hire two, I'll get 6,000 per month. If I hire three, I'll get 9,000 per month. Got the point here? Who maintains sustained employment for at least 6 months. So if that employee is there with me, see, now there is another thing. That employee should be with me. He leaves my company and goes in 6 months. Can't blame me for that. Got the point here? That is why here 6 months means 3,000 into 6 I will get. That is 18,000 I get. What will my employee get? One part of this 15,000 after 6 months. Got it? Delhi's pollution woes. This is a Gisa Pita Hua topic. Clear, people? This will keep getting coming in the paper. How it work? There is nothing to work. See, the point here is basically to encourage people to start hiring people. Company owners, industry owners, manufacturing owners, to encourage them to hire. It is basically like government is telling, see, listen, you hire. I will give you an incentive. If you hire 10 people and if they are there in the job for at least 6 months, I will pay you 3,000 rupees for every new hire you made. That is the point. Clear? Delhi's pollution woes. Ban on overage vehicles from refueling. Officials crack whip. This is like if a petrol vehicle has an age limit in Delhi and that is 10 years. Petrol vehicle 10 years. So, diesel vehicle 10 years, petrol vehicle 15 years. So if your vehicle is if your petrol vehicle is more than 15 years, in fueling station itself, they'll stop fueling it. Transport officials will be there 1 or 2. As soon as they see, okay, they will scan your vehicle. And once they find out that it is more than 15 years or it's a diesel vehicle which is older than 10 years, they will impound the vehicle. Impounding means that thing will come. That crane will come, take your car and go. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. Now you only have one choice. Sell the car. Other than that, nothing. This is the new rule in Delhi. They have just put it completely in practice now. Problem is that now what these people are doing, people with diesel vehicles and petrol vehicles, they are actually going in the NCR region. That is not in main Delhi. Outside Delhi they are going, filling their petrol and then they are entering Delhi. But it's only a matter of time before government catches them, takes their car and goes away. Got the point here? Why this level of strictness? More than 51% of air pollution in Delhi is because of vehicular pollution. So biggest contributor is vehicular pollution, number 1. Then what is the second article? Artificial rain trial postponed to August 30 due to monsoon. That is, monsoon has already come. From July onwards, they have basically predicted that it will be a proper normal monsoon it will be. So, basically, now monsoon is starting, so they decided not to go for this artificial rain. What do you mean by artificial rain? You spray certain chemicals into the air using aircraft, small aircrafts you will use, and you will spray certain chemicals into the air which will create rain artificially. So right now Delhi government has decided to postpone it to August 30. How it is done? What are the chemicals used? For creating artificial rain, silver iodide, dry ice, potassium iodide, liquid propane, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, calcium chloride and urea are used. Getting the point here? Natarajan film, because it is an English channel. That is the reason. PW only IAS English. Clear? This is the main reason. Alright. Then, what is the next article? Secondary pollutants, especially ammonium sulfate, constitute a third of particulate matter 2.5 pollution. Okay, the science of it, I am not going into it. Cloud seeding it is called. No, you cannot actually control artificial rain. One of the biggest drawback of artificial rain is, if you, let us say I sprayed iodide over this region, Delhi region. It is not necessary that that iodide will remain here, right? Wind movement can take it to another place. And it can easily give rain in some other area. It can trigger continuous rainfall to the point where it can cause what? Urban flooding. Getting the point here. There is no guarantee to this thing. Dry ice is frozen CO2. Correct, Shashi? So that is one drawback with it. But this is the only thing that we can do now. It's not a permanent solution. It's like a temporary way of reducing the heat, reducing the pollution there. Getting the point here? Correct. Very good. Who said that? Yogesh Randhir. Very good. That is a right observation. Now, what do you mean by secondary pollutants? Secondary pollutants means there are primary pollutants. Primary pollutants are basically those pollutants which come directly, like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide. These directly come from coal plants, vehicular pollutions, etc. But these will remain in the air and they will react with other chemicals. Then they will form something new totally. And that one such chemical is ammonium sulfate, which is the main contributor to more than 30% of particulate matter 2.5. PM 2.5 means small particulate matter simply means what? These are small suspended particles. Of 2.5 mm. Very small size it is. Micron size it is. You cannot actually see it. But you will end up inhaling it. You will start feeling this thing. What is it? Running nose, instant headache. Even you will be a little agitated. It can trigger your adrenaline also. Your hormones will go for a toss here and there. Getting the point here, it is being said that one of the major reason for this road rage in Delhi, in Delhi and all, if your vehicle simply touches another vehicle, immediately people will jump out of it and they'll start saying, "Janta nahi ke main kaun hu," and they'll start grabbing each other. Other day, I think last week only, three very young boys, in which two were juveniles, that means less than 18 years old, murdered a man on road. On road, they murdered him. What was the reason? Road rage. Vehicle just touched each other. For that, they started fighting and they killed him. Getting the point here. So, adrenaline is a chemical compound that is released into your body when you are scared or when you are angry. When you see a dog, you will run and you will be able to jump a big wall. The reason is because you are what is it? You are scared. Sometimes when you get really angry also, when you throw a punch, you will not feel any pain immediately. That is because your blood is pumping, your muscles etc. are pumped. That is the reason. Later, after the whole pumping etc. stops, again you will feel the pain again. Getting the point here? All right. Coal plants are the next culprit. They release 3 times more sulfur dioxide than any other form of pollution. Clear? Moving on. Game changer. Why game changer? Going ahead. Hyderabad tragedy. So you are all aware of this blast which took place there in Hyderabad. Correct? Along with that, I am giving you another article here. See, this is where the analysis comes. I don't know how many faculties will really know to correlate things. So this tragedy which took place in Hyderabad, they found out MCC. I'll tell you what it is. Micro crystalline cellulose. That is what you call as MCC. It's a chemical compound. Okay. So you actually see MCC is a chemically inert substance. Inert means it will not react. It will not react with anything. Getting the point here? Not absorbed by the human body. You keep it near the human body also, it will not be absorbed. It is not reactive with skin. That is, if it falls on your skin also, there is no reaction. And is widely used as a binder and texturizer in the pharmaceutical, food and cosmetic industries due to its useful physical properties. So it looks pretty much harmless. Correct? Despite its benign nature, the manufacturing process for MCC involves inherent risks. That is, MCC is a harmless component. But to manufacture it, that is very complex. Officials suspect Monday's blast was caused by equipment malfunction due to poor maintenance leading to an abnormal temperature buildup. What is the reason for this blast in Hyderabad factory? Poor maintenance. What was the reason for the Bhopal gas tragedy? Poor maintenance. After so many years, we have still not learned any lesson. The toxic waste which was released into the environment because of Bhopal gas tragedy, now they have collected it. Just few months back, not even 1 year it is. Now they have collected it. They have taken it to another location and they have incinerated it. What do you mean by incinerate? Burning it completely. Getting the point here? Burning it completely. And whatever residue, that is whatever is remaining after burning, that they will bury it. करेक्ट. यानी कि इतने सालों बाद हमने कुछ भी नहीं सीखा. भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी क्यों हो गया? पुअर मेंटेनेंस. कितने साल पहले? बिफोर वी वर ऑल बॉर्न प्रोबेबली. करेक्ट. Now the waste they took it to some other location. They decided to burn it. Whatever residue is there, they are going to bury it. ठीक है भैया. Now you have decided. But then why did this happen? अब ये कैसे हो गया? Again, how did we allow this to happen is the $1 million question. That means we have not learned anything. Now we only know what? Okay. People have died. Bodies were charred beyond recognition. मतलब पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि कौन है, किसका बॉडी है, क्या है. You will have to do DNA test. Just like how you did it for the Air India victims. Same thing you will have to do it over here. So what have we learned? Nothing. Because in India, सब कुछ चलता रहेगा. Got the point here? Incineration is done means when this Bhopal gas tragedy took place, it released a lot of chemical toxic waste into the environment, which never the government did anything about it. Whichever party came into power, none of the political party of Madhya Pradesh did anything to remove those toxic waste from there. They just left it there like that. वो toxic waste जमीन पर चिपक गया, got stuck to the ground. From ground it went to the water, that is the groundwater. पानी के साथ mix हो गया. Whoever drank those water, they developed very rare diseases, especially cancer. Some of those diseases were genetic, that is, जैसे कि if I got exposed to those chemicals, my children, grandchildren, everybody fell sick. तो बहुत सालों बाद, कम से कम 30 साल बाद, अभी just few months back, सारा वेस्ट कलेक्ट किया, दूसरे जगह लेकर गया, वहां पर एक इंसिनरेटर के अंदर उसे डाला, जला दिया. जो बचे हुए रेसिड्यू जलाने के बाद जो भी बचे हुए चीजें थे उसे जमीन पर दफना दिया. And what is the quantity of the waste? $337 tons. That is the correct word. It is leading to runoff. Very good, Akshit. तो 30 साल लगा वेस्ट वहां से निकालने के लिए. करेक्ट मनीष, दैट इज अ वेरी गुड ऑब्जर्वेशन. गॉट द पॉइंट यार. 30 साल से ज्यादा. अब और कितने फैक्टरीज आप ऐसे ही व्हाट इज इट ब्लास्ट होने के लिए आप कब तक इंतजार रहेंगे? वाई डोंट वी हैव अ सिस्टम इन प्लेस? थैंक्स टू इंडियन ब्यूरोक्रेसी. Absolutely, Oni. See, ultimately, what is this? Toxic waste. है ना? वो वेस्ट आप उठाकर you are putting it in an incinerator, you are burning it. टॉक्सिक वेस्ट से आपको क्या मिलने वाला है? टॉक्सिक वेस्ट अगेन. सिंपल. बट वी डोंट वैल्यू ह्यूमन लाइफ इन इंडिया, सो दैट इज द पॉइंट. Urban heat islands. It is just a data. That is, everybody blames Delhi for its bad weather. But what is the reality? Reality is Bengaluru and Mumbai see more above average heat days than Delhi. Above average heat days means what? Is Bengaluru and Mumbai hotter than Delhi? No. Compared to their average temperatures, there are certain days in Bangalore when the temperature picks up really high. Not higher than Delhi. It will never be higher than Delhi. That is guaranteed. Neither Mumbai. It will never reach higher than Delhi. But there are hot days. The number of hot days, if you start counting, that is increasing, or that is more in Bangalore and Mumbai compared to Delhi. Correct, Sujal? See, only direct death won't happen. Direct death won't happen. That I will guarantee you. But people who will inhale this smoke, etc., maybe 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, they may get an attack. Or they may get cancer. They may get some other disease. Cardiovascular issues, or their diabetes may shoot up suddenly. Their pressure levels can shoot up suddenly. You go to the hospital, what they will say? Oh yeah, cardiac arrest, heart attack. They are never going to say because Union Carbide waste was burnt, these people inhaled the smoke, triggered a reaction in the body. Got the point here? So, it is increasing. Number of hot days are increasing. But ultimately, when I sit in Bangalore and I complain, oh my God, Bangalore weather is hot, I will always have one North Indian friend who would have just visited Bangalore, and he will give me one dirty look, and he will say, ये heat है तेरे लिए. आजा जयपुर आजा, आजा लखनऊ आजा, आजा दिल्ली आजा. Then I'll be like, okay, बस कर. Getting the point here? Because obviously when you compare it with North Indian cities heat, this is nothing. But the number of hot days are increasing. Why it is increasing? Simple. Where is the soil? मिट्टी कहां है? बेंगलुरु में या मुंबई में? सारा जगह कॉन्क्रीटाइज्ड है. फुटपाथ, रोड, बिल्डिंग. मिट्टी नहीं है. मिट्टी नहीं है, पानी अंदर नहीं जाएगा. There is no soil, water will not go inside. Soil is not there, water is not going inside. How will the trees stand? Trees won't be there. No tree, no soil, no water. Then only buildings you are having. Heat will increase. Simple funda. No way to solve all this. No way to solve. You cannot tell. You tell people, that is, tell people from tomorrow, stay in huts. Will they stay? Who asked that question? Rajveer Malhotra. Your father-in-law in the future gives you a very big flat, a duplex flat worth 10 crore in Mumbai. Will you say, no, I will not take this flat. It is not environmentally sustainable. Give me a flat which is made out of only green leaf and green leafy vegetables. Will you do that? No, you will take the flat. Simple. That is the point here. Clear? The next part is groundwater crisis deepens in Karnataka's hard rock terrain. Deccan Plateau. Hard rock. Alright. So here what is happening? Water levels are decreasing. Water levels are so less here. Why? Intensive agriculture. Where groundwater is extracted. Electricity is free because for agriculture it is subsidized. All the farmers will use their electricity because it is free again, and they are running their motors, etc. to grow their crops. Clear? Very good, very good. Clear? So electricity is free, they are extracting it. What is the end result? You are not finding groundwater anywhere in Karnataka. Karnataka will pretty soon enter into, not entire Karnataka, but basically some regions of the, especially where the Deccan Plateau, etc. falls, will pretty soon hit a major water crisis. What is happening because of this is farmers are leasing their land and then migrating to cities, either for informal sector. Informal sector means basically selling maybe pani puri, bel puri, etc., etc., or to work in blue collar jobs, security, drivers, etc. How do farmers use electricity? By switching the switch on, the electricity can be used to run the motor. Defense indigenization. Leasing means I am the owner of the land, I give it to another person. Not that I am transferring ownership, I am telling him, see, you use the land for this many period, you just give me the rent. You just pay me the rent. How much a city takes out water? That is very huge, Priyanka. That is very huge. You cannot actually put a value for it. Clear? Leasing simply means that is, I am the owner. I am just giving it out to somebody for rent. They just need to pay me the rent. They can use the land for agriculture or whatever they want, they can use it. Not ownership. It is just that. It is just like how I will give a house for rent. Bade mein how I will give a ghar for rent. The same thing. Blue collar job means the low level jobs. Manual jobs, labor wala jobs, driver, mechanic, electrician, plumber, all of that. Agreed, agreed, agreed. Defense indigenization. INS Tamal, the last of foreign-built navy ships commissioned. INS Tamal is the last foreign-built ship. Last one. Why? We are manufacturing everything now inside our own country. Best example, Navy Index second. Indigenous. Indigenous means made in India. Stealth. Stealth means what? Not detected in sonar. Sonar means sound, navigation, and ranging. Delivered in 37 months, INS Udaygiri represents a quantum leap in the Indian Navy's in-house design capabilities, says the Defense Ministry. Just the names, people, nothing else. Are you planning to do self-study, Govind Prasad? Clear. Current situation of war. Which war? India fast tracks 52 satellites for precision surveillance following Operation Sindoor. ISRO will make and launch the first 21 satellites, while private companies will handle remaining 31. Beautiful concept. 21 satellites to be built by ISRO, 31 satellites to be built by private players. And what are these 52 satellites going to be used? They are going to be used to track basically the Khujliwala neighbor what we are having. You know, there is a very big competition for Kapil Sharma, Shahbaz Sharif, and for Sunil Grover, the other idiot, Mr. Munir. Two comedians which are a very big threat to Kapil Sharma's talent and Sunil Grover's talent, which we have in Pakistan. Thanks to them, any drone can be launched here anytime. Any missile can be launched. How are we tracking them? We are tracking them through satellites. And Operation Sindoor, we had used satellites. So those now we are going to increase the number even more. We are going to make it 52 satellites. 21 provided by ISRO, 31 provided by private players, with the only purpose of what? Keeping a track of our entire western border and the operations carried there. Clear? This is the point. Moving on. Bond yield. Indian 10-year bond yield to remain soft. Just a minute here. Consider the following statements. A drop in interest rate will increase borrowing. A drop in interest rate will increase deposits in the bank. An increase in interest rate will increase lending by the bank. A decrease in interest rate will decrease lending by the bank. How many statements are correct? That means in this 1, 2, 3, 4, in this how many are correct? Is it only one statement correct? Only one means not the statement one. Only one is correct, or only two is correct, or only three, or none of the above. People, I think you should be able to select the option in your chat itself. Yeah, the question is here. This is the question actually. All right. So the point here is, it's okay, Rishi, it's fine. If interest rate decreases, will people borrow more? Definitely, whenever interest rate decreases, people will borrow more. That is a correct statement. Because when loan rates are less, people will borrow more. A drop in interest rate will increase deposits in bank. No, people will not deposit their money when the interest rates are less. Because if I put my money when the interest rate is very less, I'm going to get very little value for FD. An increase in interest rate will increase lending by the bank. An increase in interest rate will increase lending by the bank. If interest rate increases, will banks lend more? Is the question. No, they won't lend more. Why will they lend? Because the purpose of increasing interest rate is what? To discourage lending. You don't want people to borrow more. A decrease in interest rate will decrease lending by the bank. No, decrease in interest rate will actually increase the lending. Purpose of reducing interest rate is always for what? To encourage people to borrow more money. 3 statements are wrong. Only 1 statement is correct. Congratulations to all the people who answered it correctly. Solanki, Sakshi, Nancy, Rutuja, Madhu. Clear? If interest rate is less, people will borrow more. Correct? People will borrow more. And they will invest in what? They will actually invest in bonds. Investment in bonds will increase because I am not going to put the money in the bank. Putting the money in the bank will not give me any return. So, but I need to invest in something, so I will invest in bonds. This simply means demand for bonds will go up. Anything for which demand increases, price of bonds will increase. Which means yield of bond will decrease. I know many people will be wondering, sir, what is this? For those of you who are yet to start your economic classes, don't worry. This will be taught to you by your faculty. For the ones who are doing self-study, this is basic thing which is given in macroeconomics NCERT textbook. Clear? Exactly what do you mean by bonds, etc. It is given in macroeconomics NCERT textbook. Please read it from there. Because if I start explaining bonds, then even another 1 hour will go there. Bihar, a case study. So in Bihar, basically one thing is happening. And what is it? EC clarifies rules for intensive revision of Bihar voter list. That is, Bihar voter list is being revised. But there are problems with it. What are the problems? First issue is, thanks to the fact that the literacy rate of Bihar is around 80%. No, I am from an engineering background. I am a marine engineer by profession. Literacy rate is around 80%. Even though literacy rate is around 80%, the total fertility rate in Bihar is 3. Minimum. Means what? On an average, any woman, educated or uneducated, will give birth to minimum 3 children. Maximum can go up to 4, 5. Because Bihari women believe in large families. Getting the point here? Large families. They want more than 2 or 3 sons. So easily they will have what? Huge number there. And because this preference is there to have very large families, the other issue is what? They are not registering births. Proper birth certificate, nothing is there. So you don't know how many people have reached 18, how many people have crossed 20, no idea. How many people are having genuine documents with them, how many people are illegal immigrants, how many have come and landed from Bangladesh, no idea. That is the reason why the voter list is being re-verified. Getting the point here? Rimjim, please understand, I am not telling this from my, my knowledge or something. This is reported in the Hindu itself. Bihar has very high population rate. Getting the point here? Bihar has a very, very high population rate. Clear, people? So that is one issue. Amidst all this, Bihar becomes the first state to vote using mobile app. Mobile app they are going to use now for what? Voting. They have tried it out now. Survey is happening in 2027. That is a totally different ball game. But for the elections especially, as well as to ensure the sanctity of elections, Election Commission of India is doing what? EC is doing what? Intensive revision of Bihar voter list. Getting the point here? Yogesh Yogi, read your NCRT. Mobile app. This simply means what? E-voting. What is the technology behind it? Blockchain technology. It's only for municipal elections. Very correct observation, Shiva Narayana Amala Dasu. Correct. But you must understand here, even EVM started with Panchayat local elections first before moving on to major elections. So this is the future. This is the future. To vote using mobile app. Getting the point here? To vote using mobile app, that is the future. That means, like I told you, like I have mentioned it in my polity class here, that is, basically you are having migration from north to south. Because overall, if you see, here you are having more number of young population compared to the southern states. In southern states, you are actually having more of old population compared to north. Getting the point here? Compared to north, you are having a more old population here. So these people are migrating over here downwards. Especially from people from Bihar, the out migration is very, very high. Very high it is. That is the data about it basically tells us. In 2018 itself, out migration was around 15%. Now it is 2025. It would have gone up very, very high. It is not verified, Ria. Getting the point here. So people are migrating out. So the people who will migrate out, what about their voters ID? What about their voting rights? How will they register their vote? How to ensure that, let us say, I am coming from Bihar. I gave my voter's ID card to my uncle or somebody. Or my brother maybe. He went and voted twice. Getting the point here. He went and voted twice. Where am I? I am sitting in Bangalore. But my voter's ID card is with whom? With my brother. So all these things are happening. Other issue is, now I have come to Bangalore. I am originally from Bihar. But I cannot vote for the elections in Bihar because I am staying in Bangalore. I cannot travel all the way till there. So what is the solution for it? Solution is e-voting. Based on blockchain technology. What it simply means is there will be blocks. First, I will have to give my voter's ID card, which will be verified by ECI, Election Commission of India. Then they will cross-check it with my Aadhaar provided by UIDAI. They'll check whether the face matches or not. Getting the point here? ECI voters ID. So this is one block. Then they will compare the photo with the Aadhaar. System will be doing it, not that people are sitting there and doing it. This is another block. Then what comes? They will verify it with what? They will verify it with your mobile number. Try. Which will also have your photograph. Finally, they will again verify it with what? Your mobile's front camera. Smartphone. Once all this verification is done, it will become one single block. So what and all components are there? UIDAI is there. Voters ID is Aadhaar. Voters ID. Your mobile number. Then your front camera. All this becomes one single block. Getting the point here? All this one single block. फायदा क्या है इसका? एक साथ इसे हैक करना नामुमकिन है. You cannot hack this thing together. Why? Because at the same nanosecond, I'll have to hack Election Commission of India's website, Unique Identification Authority of India, try, and I should also hack your smartphone. Exact second, nanosecond, which is not possible with the current level of technology. आज की जो टेक्नोलॉजी अवेलेबल है उसके हिसाब से अगर आप देखोगे तो एक साथ आप इन चारों को हैक नहीं कर सकते. Getting the point here. I cannot change the data here, anywhere. This becomes one solid block. Permanent it is. समझ में आ रहे हो? This is blockchain technology. True, you are only No, Monu Chaudhary, this has worked. That is what I am telling you. Bihar is the first. Read the news here. Bihar becomes first state to vote using mobile app. E-Sec BHR was made available for, that is the app's name. Was made available for elderly and disabled persons, pregnant women to vote in municipal bypolls and election in 6 Nagar Panchayats. East Champaran native cast country's first e-vote. That is somebody from East Champaran district cast the country's first e-vote. Getting the point here. Two hours went by and we are not even halfway through. I am thinking safety of cancer drugs, neighboring irritants, cooperative policy, language trouble, census, Naxalism, new criminal laws. People will do one thing. We'll carry on. We'll continue this in the next class. All right. Because I don't think even if I take another 1 hour, this will get over. We will see. We'll try to figure out. This is the first class. So, we are still trying to figure out what is the best thing to do. And like I told you, since January, current affairs have been heavy loaded. All right. Prince Kumar Srivastava, you are going on spamming with that question. See, it is something which I have been doing since my school days. I used to take part in elocution competitions. I used to do a lot of comparing, anchoring, etc. So that is there. I have been taking it forward with me through school, college, etc. And I also read novels. So all of that has culminated with the so-called speaking skills that you are talking about. Yeah, I am from the state of Kerala. Yeah, 12 topics. I know, 12 topics. Okay, thank you very much, Abhi Shiva. Jobs, they are moving basically because there are better jobs. SLA elections, whether they will start it or not, they will eventually. Getting the point here. Eventually they will start. So we will figure out what is the best way. Some more points. We will try to see how way we can take it. Hardi, I answered that already. Self-study with philosophy optional with basic understanding of GS subjects. How to approach, sir? Please guide. First of all, philosophy is not my optional. And when it comes to any optional, I always tell only one thing. Optional or your GS subjects, you have to prepare it on the basis of previous year questions. Whichever topics, that is the main questions I'm talking about. Whichever topics have been asked the most, those topics you will take up first. Clear? Okay, so many questions. It is not a drawback, Yashaswini. It is actually a boon. Because the point is, these days, youngsters have no interest in actually to come and vote. So the future is definitely, if not 2029, at least by 2034 or 2039 elections, we can expect the whole voting process to happen. Okay, too many, which is clear, sir. Will the class? Yes, as of now, it will be held every week at 7 p.m. Thank you, Mishti. Roadmap for polity. Just read your Lakshmikant. That is enough. Explain. See, please understand what a minister will say about another person, that is not relevant. One thing you must understand is, I know international relations can be a very interesting topic, even Indian politics can be a very interesting topic, but please understand that is not going to help you in any exam. Why Jaishankar said this? What did Jaishankar say? Tit for tat for Trump. That is of no use to you. You are never going to get a question on it. My humble suggestion and a request to each and every one of you who is preparing for any government exam in this country is, for the love of God, analyze the last 5 years question paper. Last 5 years PYQ. Without that, please don't prepare. I told you already, your online bachelor's degree will not be denied. If it has already got UGC approval, that is the end of it. No, I am not. I am 38 years old. I don't know about that Bhakti Sharma. That is left to your talent and your ability. Hardi, I think in this PWOLIS English description section, you will find the contact. It has nothing to do about hours. It is about the quality of your studies. Haripriya, when you are actually preparing for any content, I will always suggest you only one thing. Put it in the Google search tab. All images, news will be there. Click on this only. Don't click on all. All means you will get content from other academies which you cannot trust. Always trust news. We will find it. We'll see Manish Bharati because we need to find out. This was the first class, and frankly speaking, I actually thought I'll be able to cover everything. But going by the looks of it, no, and I don't want to rush. I really wanted to explain how bonds also work. But the point is that time limitation is the issue here. So I will try to figure out what is the best thing to do here. Thank you, Aditya. Yeah, you can start your optional preparation, Archana. Sakshi, please contact. I think the description section you will have the number of our mentors, etc. You can contact them. They will give you the course. Or just visit PW website. There it will be there. It's me, Legacy. I told you already, please don't make notes on current affairs. Just, even this also I told you, just note down only the major keywords. Don't make notes out of it. Weekly current affairs is just to make you very familiar with the topics, as well as to understand the correlation between different topics. That is the reason for conducting this. Getting the point? And even in the case of Hyderabad gas tragedy, everybody would have treated Union Carbide. Normally, anybody who takes a current affair class, they will treat Union Carbide tragedy as something separate. But I have clubbed it both. Why I clubbed it? Because the situation is the same. Both are explosions. Both were because of poor maintenance. And still we are suffering. We are paying the price for Union Carbide toxicity. Now we have again another incident happening in Hyderabad. So that the main purpose of weekly current affair compilation is to get a grip over all the news and the correlation, connecting things. I want you to give your attention for what? Monthly current affair compilation. That you should read, because there it will cover all the prelims and mains analysis. So you need not take down any notes. Taking down notes of current affairs will only improve your handwriting. You will never remember anything. Thank you, Chandra Ket Kumar. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Your eyes are kind. Anusha, again, I had made a video on this. I have told already before, long time ago. Any editorial is only worth it. Editorial is only worth if it has any data-based opinion. That is the point here. If it has a data-based opinion, then it is good. Simply somebody is writing that India's this policy is not good, that policy is not good, etc., etc. That will not fetch you anything. For case in point being, so just a minute here, I'll tell you that example. This article, in a perilous world, India must read the tea leaves well. With all due respect to the gentleman who has written this article, and I respect his age also, but let me be very honest, Bakwas article. Absolute Bakwas. It is just his opinion. So he has basically come to the grand conclusion that India did not get any support from any country during Operation Sindoor. The fact that no country questioned India, it's itself the fact that they supported India's decision. From where did we get our weapons? We got it from France. Did France say don't use our weapons against Pakistan? That is support. So where is the fact here? Where is the data here? He has given his own personal analysis. And Hindu loves it. Especially the Hindu editorial, let me be very honest here, they are notorious for the fact that they love to criticize the government. Even if I write an article and if they feel, oh wow, this is criticizing the NDA government, they will publish it. They will publish it. So when you are noting down anything from the editorial, it should be on the basis, even the center page or editorial, it should be based on fact. Otherwise, don't take it up. Don't use ChatGPT for preparation, people. Yes, every Wednesday. I don't know about geography. Very sorry, I don't teach that subject. I want to meet you once. Crack the service and come and buy a cup of coffee for me. Will it be good or not? Like the syllabus is very vast for English or what? Sakshi Singh, if you love the subject, take it up. Every optional is vast. If you dislike it. Don't make notes. See, please understand, don't make notes for even MCA. What do you do is either take a printout of it or read it soft copy in your mobile phone or whatever. So highlight the important keywords, etc. And whatever you have highlighted, keep reading it. Now when I say highlight, only highlight the important words, not that you make your entire soft copy like rainbow colors or something completely. I answered that, Abhijit. Please explain again what? Yeah, PDF of the remaining topics that will be available. I will plan something like that only. In this channel, it will be available. Yes, I have taught in Byju's. रिविजन कैसे करेंगे? डेली रीड इट. सी एनहांसिंग इंग्लिश, लेट मी बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. देखो हिंदी मेरा हिंदी अगर जब मैं अपने दोस्तों के साथ बात करता हूं तो काफी लोग बोलते हैं यार तेरा टूटा फूटा हिंदी मत बोल, तू हिंदी में बात मत कर, तू अंग्रेजी ही बोल. दैट इज व्हाट दे से. एंड व्हेन आई ट्राई टू स्पीक इट इन तमिल आल्सो, माय तमिल फ्रेंड्स विल टेल मी तमिल कोली कटक. When I try to speak in Kannada, my own wife will stop me from speaking that language. Please, for the love of God, don't insult Kannada. That is what she will say. But in spite of all that, I'll keep saying it. English also does the same thing. You need to just use that language, speak that language more, and automatically what will happen is you will get better at it. Sirf akhbar padne se you will not improve your language. I don't know to read Tamil. I know to read Hindi. But I have improved my Hindi or I have improved my Tamil or Kannada. It is not by reading any book. It is by speaking it. Constantly using it. That is the only way to improve it. Thank you very much. How many times current affairs required for? How many times? Doing their masters in USA, attempt the UPSC. If you're doing your masters in USA, please enjoy and get a job in USA, settle there, get a nice foreigner, marry there, make some nice golden color babies. Why you want to struggle in India? PRS legislative. Rashi, it is not required. Pinarayi issue. यार पिनराई इश्यू कुछ भी नहीं है. पिनराई इश्यू इज जस्ट दिस मच. गवर्नर ने भारत माता की एक इमेज, एक फोटो, एक तस्वीर, excuse my Indian map now, a female with the flag, etc. One image like this, he has kept it in the what is it, in the governor's bhavan. Okay, and he is now using this image in almost all the public functions. Bharat Mata doesn't have, is not an officially recognized or a constitutionally recognized photo or a symbol. It is just a concept. Bharat Mata, when we say, it is not that there is a proper image, etc. for it. So he has started using it. The governor started using it in public functions. So the chief minister as well as the government is telling, why are you using it? Why don't you use the constitutionally recognized symbols and national symbols? Kerala governor. Vijay Sharma, please revisit this class. Again, वापस वो बता नहीं सकता. Sorry. Sahil Kumar, please understand one thing. Again, many people are asking, sir, if we follow your weekly current affair class, can we completely skip newspaper? Dekho, newspaper you are supposed to read every day. Once you become an officer or no officer, also you are supposed to read the newspaper. And let me tell you, like I told you, the purpose of WC is to get a complete idea of what has happened in a week. So that when you read the monthly current affair compilation, you don't get a shock. Arey, ye kya hai, wo kya hai. Some jhatka you will still get, that is there. But you're not going to, what does it feel, a total shock. Many topics you will feel, okay, I have heard this. I know this. This has appeared. That is the purpose of this. Hopefully it will continue. By writing again and again. Khushi. Probably less than 2 hours. 1 day's paper. I have no idea about the book list of PSIR. My subject is public administration. Mrs. Tulsi Raj, that you will have to discuss it with your family and then take a call whether you should prepare for SSC or UPSC. If getting into a job is your main priority, I would suggest sit and prepare for SSC first. I already answered that. Don't use ChatGPT. Use newspapers. Yes, it will continue. Atharva, you see whether it will work for SSC, CGL or whether it will work for CLAT. You have to analyze the previous year question papers for it. You should see what are the nature of questions that come for common law admission test. I won't recommend yearly magazine. Please stick to monthly magazine. No, Lavanya, you have to read the monthly current affair compilation. No personal mentorship. This is the only platform where you can contact me. Again, it is the same set of questions. Nothing new here. So, all right, people, I will call it a day. I will try to find out what is the best way to handle this. Nahi Arshvardhan, because this is an English channel. Yes, Adarsh, it is true. Lohit, Duba, you also have to analyze CDS question paper for that. Sejal Sharma, that you will have to work on it. Optional subject, what to choose. It is left to you. There is no right way to cover Lakshmikant. Read it from page to page. All right, people. Let's call it a day. Good night.